I'm feeling good. It's Friday.
Friday.
So help me. Friday.
Yay. Yay. It's Friday.
So now you're currently a community college student in California at Diablo Valley College, yes?
See.
How do you know I have transportation somewhere? Oh, you was talking to them.
Did you need a ride to school? Hey. Welcome to Locked In. I'm the one and only Bri-Marie. I'm here with...
Who are you here with?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Wow, cold game. I am Dr. E. Handy, and I am so happy to be in community with you, Bri-Marie. How you feeling?
I'm feeling highly favored, highly blessed. How you feeling?
Won't he do it?
Oh, all the time.
Okay, somebody goes to church on Sunday. I'm feeling good. It's Friday.
Friday.
Who?
Friday.
Oh, Kanye.
We don't talk about him.
Wow. So help me.
Friday. Yay. Yay. It's Friday. No school.
Okay. I would never be using Friday. Okay. But TGIF to my folks. We in the building. We got a couple of folks in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to my folks, Alyssa, Sebastian. I see you over there. Andrew, I see you. What's going on?
We have Alex too. Okay. DJ, Antonio.
Andrea in the building, right? It's a lot of stuff happening right now. We're happy to be here with you, locked and loaded. I hope you are locked in. So, Miss Bri-Marie, tell the world a little bit about yourself. Who is you? Who you be?
So, government name's Brianna, but y'all can call me Bri-Marie. We can make it a little personal. But I am a student here at DVC. I haven't always been at DVC though. Yes, the Vikings.
The #1 community college ever.
Great. All right. So, besides DVC, I also went to another local community college, LMC, but I've also been to Texas Southern University. Shout out to the HBCUs.
HBCU, historically black college and university. Let's go. Shout out to Morris Brown. Did you know I used to attend Moby?
What? Tell me more.
Yes, I was at Moby for 3 years. This is fun fact. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but you might see me in the documentary.
Ooh. So that's how old you are.
Oh, shots fired. Oh, Bri-Marie. Well, obviously, there's a generation gap, and I'm not old. I'm vintage. Hello. Anyway, yes, I was at the HBCU in Atlanta, Georgia, Moby. Really good time, though.
How was that? How was attending college? Were you were you out there on your own for the first time? Like, how was college life?
That's an interesting question. I was there. I went out there because my older brother was out there, and he had graduated from Clark. But I did live in a boarding house, so it was a house off campus, but it had other roommates that I didn't know, and I had to get to meet. So I was out there independently. Man, I had some good times. It was some good food. I worked at the Gap back then in Lenox Mall. Shout out to all my folks at the Gap in Lenox Mall. I see you. But the HBCU experience, it was nothing that I had ever experienced here in California because it was the first time I really been in an environment where I was seeing me or people representing me in every institute, like in every environment. It was at the grocery store. It was the principal. It was the VP. It was the deans. It was the instructors, the janitorial services, the students, all kind of different dialects, all kind of different accents. Man, them Southern folks, boy, they had them thick accents and a lot of like wigs. Boy, they wild out there. Oh, you laced?
I'm laced up.
I see you. Okay.
Wait, laced up. Is that appropriate to say?
I don't know. Uh-oh.
Ooh. But no, I definitely feel you with the environment of an HBCU. When I went to Texas Southern, honestly, I personally wanted to get away from people I knew. I wanted to be out in the world by myself and just experience life. And just being able, like you said, to see a whole bunch of people who look like me in a whole bunch of different fields, in the STEM field, in business, it doesn't matter where you turn to. It was an educated black person, and it felt good to be around like-minded people that actually want to move forward in life that look like you.
What was your favorite memory from your time? Well, how long was you in Texas Southern?
I was in Texas longer than I was in Texas Southern. But oh, we'll get into that a little bit later. But I was at TSU technically for 3 semesters, but I lived in Texas for 4 years.
And you're originally from?
Everywhere.
Okay. Where are your parents from?
My mama's from South.
You said everywhere. That would have been funny.
I was about to.
That would have been funny.
But no, my mama's from South Carolina, and my daddy's from the Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay. VI in the house. Not Virginia, but VI in the house. So,
I was born in New Jersey. I spent most of my life in Cali.
okay, Northern or Southern?
Most of my life in Northern, but I have I think 7 years in Southern.
Okay, you a real one because, it's the Bay all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Hello. Yee. So, all right. Quick hit fires. You ready? Favorite thing you liked to do at the HBCU? What was your favorite experience?
Party.
Oh, yeah. Party. The song. That's Gucci, man.
But I got it out of my system.
Okay. Did you did you enjoy the marching bands? That was my favorite part, was the marching band.
I did, but since I'm a dancer, my attention was on the majorette girls.
Yeah. I remember my first football game at Moby, and the marching band came out. Fun fact.
Is it actually fun?
Well, this is fun.
Okay.
You ever seen the movie Drumline with Nick Cannon? Well, I don't know, because you said that I was had a different age gap than you, so you said that you said you wasn't as vintage as I was. So
that movie ain't vintage. That movie's my generation.
Oh, okay, that's peace.
Yeah.
So, did you know the band in that movie was a band about? Okay, Morris Brown.
Yes, I did.
She didn't know that. I'm telling you.
You don't know my life.
So I remember the first time I seen the marching band at Morris Brown, and in the Bay Area, in the colleges locally, we don't have that type of cultural experience, and that was something that when I came back to complete school, I was kind of like, oh man, I missed that. So I didn't graduate from Morris Brown, even though I do claim Moby. Shout out Moby. I ended up graduating with my undergraduate from San Francisco State. Go Gators.
I am going to get my degree from DVC, Associates in Dance.
Okay.
Because again, I didn't graduate from Texas Southern, but I still claim the luxurious TSU as well.
Okay.
Yes.
What is
Tigers.
that? What makes that feel so such a deep affinity, even though we spent such short stints at these HBCUs versus I don't have that same affinity, even though I shout them out. Shout out the Gators, don't hate. Even though I shout out San Francisco State, I don't have that same affinity as I had when I was at the HBCU. What do you think that is?
Feel free to correct me because I haven't been to a 4-year down here, but I think one is the community and networking that a lot of HBCUs do. They really, I just feel like sometimes out here it feels like crabs in a barrel, As soon as somebody gets to the top, there's somebody else dragging them back down. It's not as much as a support system here that I felt in Texas Southern until I joined BSU. So shout out to the BSU here at DVC.
Baker's Student University?
How'd you know? No. BSU is Black Student Union. Also, I happen to be the president.
Oh,
So-
okay. So that, okay.
Slight work,
Slight work,
things I do. Anyway, that part.
What are we looking at?
That part.
Literally, that part. Okay. So I did graduate. You know what else?
The food.
Oh. Listen, I used to work in the cafeteria. So Morris Brown had these dorms. The dorms were called the towers. They were these big 2 tall buildings I think it was like 12 floors or something. And in the middle of the towers, one side was the male side, other side was the female side. And in the middle of the towers was the cafeteria. I used to work in the cafeteria. Man, I'd be cooking up them chicken nuggets. It'd be some brisket. Man, everybody loved me. I was the one with the folks in the commissary. I was like in the commissary. He was like, "I'll hook you up."
Dang, so does every HBCU have freshman dorms called towers? Because TSU had towers too.
Did they?
We did. I didn't get.
Elevators never work.
They never worked at any of the school housing. I stayed personally in a place called Courtyard. It was one of the off-campus housings that was literally just right across the street. They had two buildings. One was all girls. The other one was co-ed. They ain't put me in co-ed. But no, it was great getting to learn about, even though we all looked the same, it was so many different type of backgrounds.
Yeah, I think as we continue to unpack, right, the difference between a state school and the HBCUs or the university system and the HBCUs, for me, I like that point. It was really about, that was the first time I had seen so many different types of black people. You know, you had your real Afrocentric, I'm blackity black, I'm black y'all, right? But it was, then you had your Divine Nine. You know what the Divine Nine is?
Do I know what the Divine Nine is?
That's not a female rap group.
It's not.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Greek life. Greek life,
right?
yes.
I got to see the step shows, and there's Greek life here at the 4 years, but it's not as prevalent and pronounced. And so I think those are some of the difference. But regardless of where you go, the 4 year locally, CSU for UC, the HBCUs, I still believe that there is a significant amount of burnout that happens just trying to be a student. Talk to us a little bit about your journey, Miss Bri-Marie. Folks want to know you, right? We know you lit. We see you flexing. You the BSU president. Okay. Did she really just? Okay. But help us understand what happened that got you to TSU and what brought you back.
So originally I went to LMC, Los Medones Community College, which is another community college here in the Bay. And I went there for just 1 year. You know, usually people do 2 years and transfer. I was ready to go. A little too ready. So after my year at LMC, I transferred to Texas Southern University. And again, the main reason why I wanted to leave was to be out on my own. I wanted to experience life just like without any family or friends. I wanted to create my own.
Why we be so pressed to leave the nest? Oh, we so pressed to leave the nest. Hashtag.
But I feel like, one, it is kind of important to, I think, experience the world and just learn more about what the world has to offer and not just where you were born and raised, because there's so many different things out there. But when I got to Texas, I was focused for like the first few months. Then I got into the promoting. So I was a party promoter. So even though when I say I like the parties, I didn't actually like partying. I liked working the parties. I like to get money. And that led to my burnout. I was like, why'd you stop? But no, you good. But I think that's what led to my burnout was working in California. I had 2 jobs and I was making a lot of money without having any bills. The second I moved to Texas,
it's so costly to live out here, yo.
It's so costly. But when I moved to Texas, my wage was cut in half, but I had so many bills. So I started concentrating more and more on working to make sure I could actually be financially stable instead of focusing on my education, which would have made me financially stable in the long run.
Yes. So now you're currently a community college student in California at Diablo Valley College, yes?
Sí.
Okay. You bilingual?
Poquito.
Hey.
But that's because I also know ASL. Okay, shout out to the deaf community. I am not a part of it, but I am an ally.
Hey, you belong. So, in your opinion, from a student perspective, currently a student, what are the top 3 factors for burnout?
Procrastination.
Ooh.
Putting too much on your plate.
Okay.
and not actually prioritizing your education. Because I did not prioritize my education. I put a lot of things. Education was like top 5, but it wasn't 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Top 5, but not 5?
Top 5, but not 5. Actually, it was 5. That was the problem. It was top 5, but number 5.
Okay, so you said procrastination. What was the other one?
Procrastination, not prioritizing education.
Not prioritize education.
Oh my gosh.
And forgetfulness.
Yeah, and one of the main reasons why I would just, procrastinate, I would always be on my phone, on social media. I would be at the party. I would be doing anything and everything except for what I needed to be doing. Right, and that's why the phone is really...
Oh, yeah, the phone, yes. Okay, so what do you say to the student how do you respond to the student that says, I don't see the value in school? Why am I going?
Honestly, I would respond to, why are you going? Because that's something you have to figure out for yourself. Because honestly, at the end of the day, not everyone is cut out for school. So I feel like you should really evaluate why you're going to be here in the first place to see if it's worth your time. Because there's no point in coming to school all the time and burning out when you know for a fact that that's not what you really want out of life.
The majority of those that are entering the system, higher education, I don't believe they truly A, see the value, and or B, have clear direction on what it is that they're trying to accomplish. And so all of the general ed courses, all of the other hoops that you have to go through become barriers and challenges that they then feel it's not worth the time. And I'd rather be out here just working a regular 9 to 5, or turning up, or sitting at home eating up all my parents' PG&E bill and internet bill and food in the cupboard and driving everywhere and crashing.
Well, what is your definition of burnout? Because we never even started with that. What is your definition of burnout?
Oh, you're good at this.
Slight work.
What is my definition? Oh, okay. Let me see. I think the definition of burnout is when you can no longer continue pushing through to complete a goal.
I love that. So, you mind if I check the stats real quick?
Check your stats.
All right. So, burnout is defined by the American Psychological Association. I cannot talk. Give me a second.
Stay in school. Don't be no fool.
It'll teach you how to read.
Hello.
Nah, but seriously, Give me a second. The American Psychological Association as physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion accompanied by decreased motivation, lowered performance, and negative attitudes towards oneself and others. Yeah. It results from performing at a high level until stress and tension, especially from extreme and prolonged physical and mental exertion or an overburdening workload, take their toll.
Okay, so you have to break that down for us. What does that mean in hood terms?
You done put way too much on your plate, homeboy.
Oh, hello.
Why you keep saying yes to folks knowing you're not even committed to what's already there?
Come on now, come through. Come on, give me one more.
Why won't you give one more? I'm doing all the talking here, and
because you was flowing. I was trying to help you flow. Listen, I think a way to not have burnout as a student is to be in community. What I heard you say is that although you enjoyed the variety of environments and cultures you were exposed to in Texas, being part of BSU has given you some purpose and some direction and a community to refuel, regenerate, and to refresh you when you're feeling low for your purpose and your boundaries. And I think if I could leave a suggestion out there on the table, if you are pursuing higher education, find your tribe. I know
Yes.
this sounds so cliche, though.
Yes. But I agree, because that was my problem. When I went out to Texas Southern, yes, I had friends, but I didn't do any extracurricular activities on campus. And I'm a dancer. I could have joined a dance team. I could have did X, Y, and Z, but instead I was like, no, I'm gonna just thug it out.
Yeah. So what makes a student choose to go at it alone? Like, because that's a typical response. A lot of students is like, I don't want to socialize. I just want to do my thing. I want to get in and out. Like, I don't really want to hang out. I don't want to go to the commons. Don't want to go to the cafeteria. Don't want to be in the library. Don't want to join no clubs. Just let me do my thing. But they don't be doing their thing very well. So what makes a student present that way?
Maybe it's just out of habit, going through your whole life, always trying to do things on your own. And even though it might work, it doesn't work to the best ability. And you're going to get to that breaking point to where it's not going to work no more. And at that point, that's when you really need to actually rely on the people around you, because 9 times out of 10, you have those people, you just choose not to use them because you're so used to being out there on your own. You're so caught up in your head that, like, you're so caught up in your head that you came up with a conclusion and a whole different reality that's not actually out there. You make yourself feel like you're alone when you're not really alone.
Yeah. Join a learning community. What's a learning community?
What is a learning community?
If every time I ask you a question, you're gonna ask it. Have you ever heard you're not supposed to answer a question with a question?
Have you heard that you're not supposed to answer a question with a question? Have you heard that before?
I have. But I'm asking you, have you heard you're not supposed to answer a question with a question?
Have I, when you just asked me that?
I'm not fooling with her. Listen, join a learning community. Those are culturally relevant, small communities on the campus that provide curriculum, that provide professional development, that provide opportunities and resources to help you get through your journey. This thing, higher education, is hard, right? And it is prone to burnout, especially when you're navigating a system that is inherently against students of color, first generation students, ESL students, our dreamer students, us low socioeconomic students. And so it helps sometimes when you can be with somebody and you can be like, I feel you. You feel me? I feel you. And I got you. You got me.
And
like how I got you.
And I got you. And another way that you could find locked in, loaded, baby. But another way that you could find out about these things, not just through online, going to your school website, but also social media.
Yes.
You could also, if you find these groups, find out what their Instagram is, find out what people still use Facebook these days.
I was just about to ask you, do people still use Instagram? I thought it was all TikTok.
Oh, look. You missed me. I missed you. No, but real quickly, we're going to watch
Wait, who was you just talking to?
our audience, our beautiful audience.
I didn't know. You missed me? I guess.
I would miss me.
Boom. Hello.
All right, so we're going to watch a short, well, the video is actually pretty long, but we're going to watch a short little section of a video. We're hearing Jay Shetty's thoughts about burnout and just like having self-respect for yourself and how people tend to struggle with stress and anxiety.
Who is Jay Shetty and why we should listen to him?
Because that's a cool name. Like, who wouldn't listen to somebody named Jay Shetty?
I have to admit, Jay Shetty is a cool name.
It's cooler than my last name.
I thought your last name was Marie.
That's my middle name.
What's your first name?
Brianna.
How'd you get to Bri-Marie?
Brianna, Marie, Marie,
okay.
Bri-Marie.
I think Bri-Marie is actually cooler than Jay Shetty. But anyway, on the Jay Shetty.
So
I liked what my man was talking about. We don't give ourselves enough accolades. We're not positive, and we don't reinforce positive behaviors. And I do think that can add out to add to burnout. But I am judging you if you only get to the gym twice a week.
It's better than one time.
But you need to be at the gym 5 days.
What if they work out at home?
Facts.
Because I do like how he said to just acknowledge the little achievements in life. Sometimes as simple as just waking up. You got up this morning. Not everyone gets to wake up.
Yes.
And you have transportation. It might not be your own car, but you have transportation to and from somewhere. That's an accomplishment.
How do you know I have transportation somewhere?
I didn't say you. It was a general thing.
You was talking to them.
Did you need a ride to school? I only come Tuesday, Thursdays though, so Monday, Wednesday you got to figure yourself out.
Well, then how you offer me help? You can't help me.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays I can.
Oh, that's peace.
And occasionally Fridays when we're recording for Locked In.
I think there is a cloak around general people that we orient towards negativity as opposed to positivity. And I believe, especially for our college students, when we're thinking about how to progress through higher education, whether it's at a 4-year, a HBCU, or a community college, there isn't enough of positive reinforcement and self-actualization for the things that you are doing daily that's progressing you.
Do you think one of the things that contribute to that is social media?
I do think that social media is a large factor for depression. I believe we are in a time where it's a microwave era, and it was different. Well, I hate saying this.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it though.
I'll say it for you. I like saying it. Back in my day.
Back in my day, her day, because I'm vintage. She's old. But seriously, most of these youth, they grow up with a gadget in their hand. There is technology everywhere, from an early age of an iPad to a mobile device, cell phone. In school now, they learn it. All jokes aside, I remember when it was a thing. It was the new initiative early in elementary, middle school to use a word processor. Y'all don't even know what that is, do you? That was the early forms of a computer. It was like a typewriter computer, and that was like the big thing. But now, it's nothing to have mobile devices in the classroom, but what comes with that, cyberbullying, and I believe there's a lot of stigma to perform, to excel, and to be perfect and look perfect in the social world.
Especially, I just want to highlight that part where you said look perfect. There is so many influencers. I think that's what they're called these days.
Man, they get on my nerve.
Baby.
Listen.
But there's so many influencers. Like, for example, they'll go and get a BBL, and then they want to go to the gym and say, if you work out 4 times a day, you'll look like this. You don't even look like that.
Is a BBL a bacon bourbon lettuce burger?
I wish. That sounds good.
Oh, no.
A Brazilian butt lift. And unfortunately, no, the thighs do not come with it.
So, all right, let's unpack this.
So I have a few questions I want to ask you. We'll ask us.
I was about to ask the questions. I see who's the real host here. Okay, go ahead.
Before I was rudely interrupted. What do you consider the beauty standards in America, in your opinion?
Oh, it's a trick question. If I was to say J-Lo, you would call me racist. If I was to say Beyonce, you would say I am colorist. If I was to say Lizzo, you would say that I am being skinniest. Is that a word?
It is now.
Oh, thank you. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Let him cook.
BS. Anyway, America's beauty standards, it's whatever the trend is, honestly, because when I was younger growing up, those video vixens at that time, it was very petite women, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we want thick, voluptuous women, and now it's just like, y'all don't know what you want. There's literally celebrities who have gotten these BBLs, and now they're taking it out because it's not the trend anymore.
BBL Drizzy. BBL. Look.
The second question is, is there you kind of already answered this one. Ironically, is there a celebrity that fits this standard that you know? And you just named some celebrities that.
Make no mistake, those celebrities do not fit my beauty standards.
Your opinion of beauty standards in America.
It is a bunch of malarkey.
Spell malarkey.
M-A-L-A-R-C-H-A-L.
Actually, you spell it M-A Larkey because I don't know how to either, but I know that's not it.
She tried to play me. The beauty standards are a subjugation of celebrity status, of judgment, and I dare to say lends itself to economic mobility, not in a positive way, but in a way to try to present the frame or the look that I got it all together. I'm in the in crowd, and so honestly, I think the beauty standards shift with whoever is most popular. I don't subscribe to that model, and I truly do believe that there's a spectrum of beauty for all people, for different degrees and for different reasons and different seasons. And so I think part of what happens on social media, though, is we are being conditioned to believe that one thing is better than the other. And I do think a lot of that comes from the music we listen to, the movies that we subscribe to, and the rhetoric that we hear in the different media outlets and the different platforms, right?
Correct. And people don't realize that what you consume is literally what goes on in your head. And that's what could lead to a lot of people being depressed and having bad mental health issues. And fun fact.
Is it really fun?
No, it's actually quite sad. So, a 2020 report conducted by Facebook found that around 40% of teenage boys experience negligible social comparison.
Spell negligible.
Negable.
Oh, okay.
Negligible.
I don't think that's how you say it. So what is this stat saying?
It actually, I'm glad you're paying attention and you're locked in because I wanted to make sure you were locked in. But it's actually saying that teenage boys experience negative social comparisons.
Oh, yes. Yes. But again, it goes back to burnout and stress as a student. For everything social media is positive and good, I believe that there's a lot more bad out there. And piece of that is cyberbullying. And the cyberbullying is so subtle, but yet overt and abrasive nowadays because it is right in your face and folks don't engage like we are engaging. It's all about likes, reshares, retweets, and how many impressions that you're getting. And that is where the world is going. And so I think that it just exacerbates kind of how folks internalize their own self-worth and their own beauty standards, especially for young men who are growing up, working really hard to make an impression in the world that they are strong, they're powerful, they can take care of somebody, and that they are wanted in this world.
Yeah, I feel like honestly too much of anything is a bad thing, and that's the problem. Is so many people are so glued to their phone where honestly, fun fact, our generation, a lot of people younger than me too have lumps in the back of their neck from being hunched over so often from being on cellular devices and on laptops and stuff like that. But I just want to say on the flip side of things, as somebody who is a dancer, social media has honestly impacted so much, especially the artist world. Like,
yes,
there's sellers that won't make a sale unless if they have something on Instagram. There are dancers that we can't get a gig unless if we post something on Instagram. There's musicians, local Bay Area artists that local Bay Area artists that,
are you out here trying to use this platform for local Bay Area artists to hire you for a dancing gig?
Hire me or even anybody. By the way,
That was a yes.
and come closer.
Oh, pan.
Come closer.
Pan out. Get out the way. Here we go.
But if the lace starts looking weird, not too close. Follow us on Instagram.
Oh, there you go. Add more to your anxiety by following us on Instagram. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Maybe not to add to your anxiety, but to find resources that help you.
Oh.
And I keep doing this because I'm assuming that they put our @ right here.
Yes. To keep you locked in.
And since we're talking about Bay Area people,
Yay, area.
I just want to
Wait. Can I just tell a story? Quick digression. Can I? Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
of
I didn't
course.
wait for permission.
Oh, well, I still gave it.
Oh, I was in Houston.
You was in H-Town? You was in my
H-Town.
city?
I was there and nobody said this is Bri-Marie City. They did?
That's because I wasn't going by Bri-Marie at the time.
Hello. Talk your talk then, huh?
I do, and I'm going to walk my walk.
Okay. I was in Houston, right? I was there for my cousin's wedding. Shout out to Wedding Bells. Hashtag go on online and look up hashtag Wedding Bells. You see my little cousin. I was at his wedding, and his fiance, now wife, is an AKA, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
The first and the
Incorporated.
finest.
Oh.
We're just
Okay.
going to leave it at
Yeah,
that.
okay. Hello. It's all right. And she's from Houston. And so a whole bunch of my family went out to Houston. And we at the reception. And the DJ puts on Tell Me When to Go. Listen. Why in the... Listen. That's exactly... Why do we... What happens to us Bay Area natives where no matter what setting you in, I'm talking about we in tuxes, we to the nines, right? And it wasn't just like the groomsmen that's from the Bay Area. It was the aunties, the elders, the ladies. Like, why do we go crazy when Tell Me When to Go come on?
I just feel like if you was ever a part of that hyphy movement, if you know, you know. And I feel like we should just leave it at that because there's some people that don't know.
They don't know.
They
But
don't
yeah.
know.
Shout out to E40 and Keep the Sneak.
And it's probably because they not like us.
Oh,
They
not like us. They not like
Like
us.
us.
They not like us. They not like us. Quick question. How you feel about Kendrick being at the Super Bowl?
I feel great. I love Kendrick. Team Kendrick.
All right, Team Kendrick. There
Yeah. But
we go. BDL Drizzy.
and Kendrick, he is somebody who's from Cali. But we want to take a quick moment to just highlight the Bay
Highlight the Bay.
and appreciate what the Bay has to offer.
Yeah.
Do you like Jamaican food?
Love me some Jamaican food.
So-
Roscoe's Blumber Clot.
Yeah. Anyway.
Huh? You want to rump with me?
Oh gosh, now he's
You
rapping.
want to rump with me? Roscoe's Blumber Clot. You want to rump with me? I am the roughest, toughest Jamaican. Y'all hear?
Your accent is actually quite atrocious.
Oh, do you know where that's from?
I do, but your accent isn't it.
Are you doing a London accent?
I am. You notice? This is it.
You notice? Yes.
All right. So.
All right, yes. Okay. Yes, I like Jamaican food.
So you do
Put
like
me on.
Jamaican
Put me
food.
on.
So
Yeah.
we have this place in Pittsburgh, California called Fire Spice.
Fire Spice.
Best Jamaican food in the Bay.
This is not an ad, by the way.
This is not an ad. This is our personal opinions, mate. All right. So another thing that the Bay has to offer in Walnut Creek, there's movies under the stars. So this October 2nd, they're actually playing Inside Out 2. And a lot of y'all
In
like
Walnut
Inside
Creek?
Out. Yes, in Walnut Creek.
Man, my little nieces and nephews, they love Inside Out. I don't know why. And they're like 30.
When you said little, I actually thought you meant little, not grown folks.
I'm just telling you.
And for those of y'all who like sceneries and stuff like that, I just want to do one last little shout out to
Are we really gonna roll with this accent?
I am.
Oh. Rumba Bacchus. You want to
Not
rumba
that one,
me?
not that one, just this one.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Salesforce Park in San Francisco. It's only like a 5-minute walk from Embarcadero, the exit on BART. Yeah, you should go check it out. Beautiful scenery.
I did hear it is beautiful out there. And have you heard they have the Trans-American Pyramid Tower that they opening up a park over there. And they're supposed to be redesigning the Trans-American Pyramid Building in Frisco.
I did not, but thank you for locking me in. And since now, I just want to say, now that you guys have been locked in.
Huh?
Yeah, now that y'all have been locked in, make some good choices. Thank you for tuning in, you guys, and stay locked and loaded.
Stay locked in.